and stood firm in the Lord. But there was one thing that he did wrong. He ended up helping the house of Israel to fight against Syria. But in that moment in time, he had not sought after the Lord. Because what the house of Israel were actually also worshiping idols. They were deep and deeply rooted in idol worshiping. So much so that the Lord had almost turned his face away from them. Yet Jehoshaphat helped them to defeat Syria. And because of this very thing that Jehoshaphat did, the Lord became very angry upon the house of Judah. So much so that can we have the whole of 2 Chronicles chapter 20 up for me, please? We can start from verse 1. Sorry, just bear with me. So 2 Chronicles verse 20. So after Jehoshaphat had actually helped the Syrians, after he had helped the Israelites go up against the Syrians, he had to be reformed. So he came back to Jerusalem. And what had happened was that the Lord spoke through a fellow friend called Jehaziel, making it known to Jehoshaphat what had happened. In fact, after Jehoshaphat realized that he had gone through, or what he had sinned against the Lord, or he had gone against the Lord, he himself actually turned to the Lord. It says, in fact, chapter 19 is titled Jehoshaphat's Reform. I'm going to read, let's read from chapter 19 actually, so that you get the picture. Chapter 19 verse 1, it says, Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, returned in safety in his house in Jerusalem. But Jehu, son of Hanani, the seer, went out to meet him and said to King Jehoshaphat, should you help the wicked and love those who hate the Lord? Because of this, wrath has gone out against you from the Lord. Why was this? Because he helped the Israelites, those who were wicked. See, now Jehoshaphat, I'm going to read on from verse 3. Nevertheless, it says, some good is found in you. See, what God is, or what I'm getting from here is that we as believers, there are times where we may find ourselves in turmoil. But there are times where the Lord actually still sees the good in you. Why? He only sees the good in you if you seek his face. See, Jehu here is warning Jehoshaphat, saying, should you help the wicked and love those who hate the Lord? Because of this, the wrath of God has gone out against you from the Lord. Verse 3, nevertheless, because some good is found in you, for you destroyed the high places, which is Asheroth, out of the land, and have set your heart to seek God. See, the reason why God pardoned Jehoshaphat is because there was still an ounce of goodness in him. So there are times where we find ourselves going away from the word of God, where we find ourselves falling, where we find ourselves turning away from his voice, going towards worldly things. But if your heart truly belongs to him, he will do any and everything to bring you to him. See, Jehoshaphat was spared because he had some, even, it doesn't say good, he had some. So even the good works that you do for the Lord do not go unseen. I'm here to tell you, the good works that you do for the Lord, do not take that for granted, because there will be a time where you may be in the pits of hell, that the Lord will look back at that and use that to say, my son, my daughter, because you once did this, I will still be there for you. Now, if I read on from verse 4, Jehoshaphat lived at Jerusalem, and he went out again among the people from Beersheba to the hill country of Ephraim, and brought them back to the Lord. So that's another thing. He sinned. He's realized his sin, or he's warned about his sin. What is his reaction? He went back to the Lord, his safe place, his refuge, He went back to the Lord, and he did more than that. He went out to his people, and it says he brought them back to the Lord. Beloved, I am here to encourage you that even in your times of turmoil, even when it looks bleak, I urge you to just go back to the Lord. And do not stop living for the people around you and bringing them to the Lord. Just because you're going through something does not mean you should stop living